With the banged up field, is Novak Djokovic now the favorite on clay going forward, and is he the favorite to win this year's French Open? What's up, everybody? It's John Eric Polai with the Italian Open getting started this week. Thought it'd be fun to take a look at the number one seed Novak Djokovic, who is probably going to be the favorite in that tournament and might even be the favorite going forward here for the remainder of this clay season. I think it's very important when looking at this topic. I know we have to talk about Novak himself, but just look at the field at play here and what he's up against. You have Jannik, who's been the best player so far really throughout 2024. He's been banged up. He had to pull out of the tournament in Madrid last week. Then he withdraws himself from Rome. Carlos Alcaraz, he's been banged up. He pulled himself out of this Italian Open as well. Then you have Rafael Nadal, who, let's be honest, has not been the Rafa of old. He's been banged up, had a lot of injuries. He's pushing through, trying to get through this clay season, but so far through this clay season, he hasn't looked anywhere close to the Rafa that we once knew and loved, and you expected to win every single clay tournament. So outside of that, you got to look at the other guys that are left out there for Novak to play. You have Casper Ruud, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Alexander Zverev. Those guys definitely could get it done on clay. They could definitely beat Novak on clay. But the thing is, those guys are so inconsistent. So when you look at it, it might be Novak's tournaments going forward here. Take a look at this Italian Open and what he's up against here. You're probably going to get a matchup for him against Casper Ruud. Now, Ruud did just beat him in the Monte Carlo semifinals there, but still, I think that's still a bit of a favorable matchup there. You have Zverev, if he even gets that far, that would be a semifinal type of a matchup, but Zverev might even get upset and lose somewhere. The other half of that bracket is kind of wide open. So when I'm looking at this Italian Open this year, I really think that Novak Djokovic could win this tournament. And if he does, watch it, because it might kickstart him. It hasn't been the prettiest 2024 so far. We know that. Now, that's with him making the semifinals in the Australian Open. Now we're considering that to be a bad loss because he wins that tournament so many times. But still, he loses the Australian Open semis. He had that bad showing in Indian Wells. But at Monte Carlo, he played well, I thought. I mean, he makes the semifinals there. I know Casper Ruud upsets him there. But still, he played pretty well in that tournament. Now, I know he hasn't looked like Novak of old. Last year, Novak was so dominant. Now we're waiting to see Djokovic take that big step here in 2024. This is his opportunity right here with this Italian Open to kind of kickstart that. And if it does, like I said, watch out, because we know how talented Novak is, right? He's won 24 major championships, and we're not going to go through the whole list of things and accomplishments for Novak Djokovic because we're just wasting our time. Everybody out there knows how talented Novak is. You're living under a rock if you don't know how good Novak Djokovic is. So just look out for Novak here. It's starting to open up for him. I know there's a lot of tough matchups out there, but now with everybody banged up and this field being so injured and filled with a lot of inconsistencies, this could be Novak Djokovic's time to shine. We're going to have the answers to all these questions coming up very soon. But just heading into this Italian Open, I just want to make this video just to remind everybody out there to watch out for Novak Djokovic going forward.